If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been following along, thank you for coming back. I'm Marcia, and this is episode 2 of my story. Last time I told you about losing Mike. Today I'm going to take you a little further down that road. Fair warning, it gets harder before it gets better, but I promise you, it does get better. Stay with me. It had been a few months since I lost Mike, and I still felt like I was moving through life in slow motion. I hated being home because home was empty, and I hated being out because out meant putting on the happy face, smiling, nodding, pretending. My friends and family never gave up on me. They were always there. But I started to feel like Debbie Downer. Like they had already gone so far out of their way for me, and I just couldn't keep asking them to carry me. So I started to withdraw, quietly, slowly. I pulled back from the people who loved me most. And then there was something else I couldn't ignore anymore: my finances. I had retired early, which meant I took a hit to my Social Security and my pension. And then I lost Mike's income. Just like that, my income had been cut by more than 50%. Mike had left me a small savings account. I used it for the funeral, for changing titles, deeds, all of those things nobody tells you about when you lose a spouse. And I made some larger purchases too: a new hot water heater, home maintenance, dental work. Things that needed to be done. But the truth is, I had been using money as my drug of choice. Spending was my go-to when I wanted to feel something good. And suddenly, it was almost gone. And that reality hit me like a wall. And then came the final blow. I lost my mother. She was 92 years old, and she was the most vibrant, alive person I had ever known. She was my rock, and then one day she fell at home, broke her ribs, and from that moment on, things were never the same. I will always remember our last conversation. I told her I loved her, and I told her it was okay. That if life had just become too much, she didn't have to keep fighting. She told me she wasn't afraid to die, but that she wanted to stay, for me, because it had been too soon since I lost Mike. I told her she had raised strong girls, that she didn't need to worry about us, that we loved her and wanted her with us forever, but that she needed to make the decision that was best for her, that we would be fine. She passed away during the night. And for me, there are just no words for the utter aloneness that I felt. My sisters had their husbands, their children. They had arms to fall into. But I was alone, totally and completely alone. So after the funeral, I went home. I got into bed, and I stayed there. In my next episode, I'm going to tell you what finally got me out of that bed, because something did, and it changed everything. If you're going through something like this right now, please subscribe so you don't miss what comes next. Because this story, it doesn't end here. I'll see you in the next one.